much for coming to show your solidarity for 1 billion rising. So I'm Helen, I'm part of KERPOW, this is Aga, Kyla and Emily, and we are KERPOW, which is the Kernow Power of Women. So we are all about celebrating women in Cornwall and promoting the amazing creative work that we do. A couple of things to be aware of. There are lots of people taking photos, there are people filming. Please, if you don't want to be in any of those photos, stand behind them. Be careful on these cobbles. We made the call about half an hour ago that we were going to do it outside because it's actually fine. Cornish mizzles, perfect. Be careful, it is a tiny bit slippy and there are loads of us. So when we get really excited in the dance in a minute, try and not whack anybody in the face.
And if you do, it's all right.
So we've been really busy. We've taught this dance to over 1,000 people in Cornwall. So we've been spreading it far and wide. Thank you so much for your time. I'm going to hand over to Aga, who's going to tell you a little bit more about 1 Billion Rising.
Oh, this is so moving to see you here. It was a dream of ours for a year. We worked on this for a year, and seeing you here is so moving that I might forget everything I wanted to say. But the most important thing is this is 1 Billion Rising, and 1 Billion Rising is the biggest mass action against violence against women across the globe in the human history. And we are a part of it. And when I say women, I don't only mean women, I also mean trans women and those with fluid identity who experience gender-based violence. It started all in 2012 on Valentine's Day as a response to a staggering statistics that 1 in 3 women in the world will be beaten up or raped during their lifetime. And it's about 7 billion of us on this planet, so that brings us to about 1 billion women and girls. So every Valentine's Day, on the 14th of February, across the globe, since 2012, men and women gather together to dance and rise and show their local communities how the 1 billion can look, how brilliantly it shines, and doesn't give up and defends this violence. So 2020 now is dedicated to solidarity, and it's against violence, but also it's against white supremacy, misogyny, hatred, racism, transphobia, homophobia, and climate destruction and corporate greed. So here we are, and we're going to join all these communities across the globe, and remember, we are the mass. We have a voice, and we can do it. So in a minute we're going to dance and join all the communities across the globe. But before that, I'd like to pass on the mic to Maggie Parks, a founder of Women's Centre, who is doing it all on the ground with her centre in Cornwall, doing an incredible and important work.
Hello everybody, happy V-Day! Where to start really? It's just amazing to see so many of you here. I'm actually speaking on behalf of the Women's Centre Cornwall, who were previously, until 2018, the Women's Rape and Sexual Abuse Centre, and we've been delivering services across Cornwall for over 25 years. And in this time we've supported thousands and thousands of women. And each year we support approximately 1,000 women across all our services and projects. And, you know, I think one of you, Kyla, I think, said, you know, the statistics are staggering. 1 in 4 of you in Cornwall, as women, will experience domestic abuse. And we know that at least 1 in 5 will experience some form of childhood sexual abuse or some other form of sexual violence. So actually the work we do is actually the tip of the iceberg. And I just want to say to any of you women who are here tonight, who need any help or support, please, our website is, the Women's Centre Cornwall. Just look us up. We run a wide range of services. We have 2 helplines. We have a helpline for rape and sexual abuse and a helpline for domestic abuse. We also run a range of outreach services right across Cornwall. So we meet women at our centre, but we also meet them in lots of other safe places. And, we run a very confidential service. We run groups. We have a specialist service for young women. We run amazing creative groups where young women get together and discuss really pertinent issues about what's happening in their lives. We're about to launch an older women's network because we know that older women who experience particularly sexual violence are really invisible in our communities. So we run, trauma affects us all in very different ways, so we run a very wide range of services to actually meet, hopefully, a whole range of women's needs. And we also do complementary therapies and body work because we know that trauma affects not just your minds but your bodies as well. So we're an organisation that's run by women, for women, and a lot of the women who do the work are women like you from our communities who volunteer and come and train and learn how to support other women in the community. Our ethos is based on kindness, caring, togetherness, and we want to build with other women's organisations a real solidarity 2020. So I hope we'll all move forward together, and I'm going to stop talking because I think it's going to start raining.
I wanted to pass on the mic to Fee Reed.
Thank you. I came here tonight to read a poem. I'm now not going to read that poem because, like domestic violence and sexual abuse, it's not very pretty. It's not very pleasant. It's pretty hard-hitting. And we made the decision not to read that tonight on the basis that we've got an amazing number of young women here tonight, and young boys and families, but I don't want to let go of the fact that the reason we're here is very important indeed. I did a little rough head count. I think I'm going to say 210. So that means that about 69 of you here will be amongst that figure of people who will women and children who have experienced violence in some shape or form. And I'm the 70th one. So Aga was going to say, how should I introduce you, Fee? Are you an activist? What are you? And I just think I'm the gobby one. And the reason I'm saying that is I have made it my personal mission to speak out my truth, my experience. So I was that child that was raped by her father for years. And I was that woman who was beaten up by her husband for years. And I know that I share that experience, sadly, with many, many, many of you out there. And these events don't diminish that pain and the fact that we live in a society, in a world that is like that. So I haven't prepared anything, so I'm waffling. But and I'm also getting a little bit het up because it is a difficult subject to talk about. But it's important that we do, because otherwise it stays hidden, and that's why it's perpetuated. So thank you to Maggie for making us aware of the services that they run. I'm based in Penzance, so I've been involved in lots of V-Day events down there. There's a women's refuge down there as well. Yeah, what can I say? Let's just dance. Oh, one more thing, sorry, that's why I was also asked to talk, is that every year I organise a cabaret to celebrate International Women's Day, which takes place on March 8th. And it's a charity cabaret, and we've given lots and lots of money to many deserving women's causes, like the Rape Centre, like the domestic refuges, and like support for children who need counselling for trauma, etc., etc. So let's dance, let's shake off all that negativity, let's tell everyone why we're here, and I'm going to get off. Thank you.
Thank you for your honesty and all your hard work. Please support the cabaret. Give us a date again, what is it? 8th of March.
It's Saturday the 7th at the Acorn. You can get tickets online, but it's March the 8th is the actual International Women's Day.
It's an amazing event. I've been in it and seen it. It's brilliant. This 1 Billion Rising has been going on throughout the year. There's been many events already so far, all around the world. I haven't remembered them because I'm too excited. So I'm going to read them. And the events that have gone on so far have happened in Cameroon, Ghana, Croatia, Italy, Ireland, New Zealand, Mexico, Afghanistan, Thailand, Poland, Argentina, Hong Kong, and in Penzance. Give it up for Penzance. And today, together on this day, we will be rising with 17 events in the Congo, with 138 events in Germany, and 4 in the UK. Birmingham, Norwich, Preston, and here in sunny Truro! Yes, we rise together. And before we dance, we're going to do a really quick warm-up so you don't sue us for ripping your muscles. So find a space. Helen, tip lady, is going to take you into a special warm-up routine. Ooh,